Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that last week's messages resonated with you or helped you out in some way. Before I get started, I just want to let you guys know that I have already cleansed the space. I've connected with my guides. And just a little reminder that if the messages that come through today don't resonate with you or don't fit your particular situation, then it probably just means that it's meant for someone else, and then maybe next week's messages will fit your situation instead. All right, let's get started. This week I am going to be using the Beyond Lemuria Oracle cards. It's a really cool deck. I just got it. I've really been enjoying it lately, so I'm going to use it for next week's messages. All right, let's see. So the card that came out says Harmonic Flight. Now, to me, when I see this card, this looks like a need to balance out your feminine and masculine energies. Maybe you've been neglecting one or the other, or maybe you have a wounded view on what masculine energy is or what feminine energy is, and maybe it's time now to heal that. Both the masculine and feminine energies should be equal and working with each other. Everyone, whether you're biologically female or male, has both masculine and feminine energies within them. And it's time to work with them both and not depend on one energy over the other. So masculine energy is the energy of action. It's thinking, it's planning, it's doing. Feminine energy is flow. It's receiving. It's manifesting. It's also the spiritual side. So that's where like your intuition comes from and all that. So have you been maybe thinking too much and planning too much and trying to figure out where your life is headed and not allowing things to just be and let things come to you? Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you've been depending too much on your feminine side and you haven't been doing much, and you're just expecting things to just come to you, and you haven't been taking any steps to making those things happen. There could be different ways of imbalances, but I would take a look at your particular situation and see where in your life are you seeing these imbalances. They really should be working together. All right, let's see what details I can get, what the tarot has to say about this. So, as I was shuffling, I also got this message that if some of you out there are in a relationship, I would, and if you're having, particularly if you're having problems within your relationship, I would take a look at your dynamic. There should be one person who has a predominantly masculine energy and the other person who has a predominantly feminine energy. It has nothing to do with what your genders are. It's just one person has one energy and the person has the other. When both people are in their masculine energy or both people are in their feminine energy, there's gonna be conflict, and it's not gonna you're gonna repel each other. There really needs to be two different sides in a relationship for it to work. With the cards that came out, I'm seeing one way to really tap into each energy is to connect with the earth and the world around you. In this picture, the girl is tapping into the sun and being recharged and just enjoying the world around her. And in this picture over here, she's reaching for the water, and it seems to be activating her intuition and her third eye, and she's just flowing, allowing things to be. So I would try to see what things you could do to tap into these different energies. You might see a whole different side of you come out. You know, you might see yourself being both strong and brave and calm and nurturing. Take a look at what different ways you can balance out the energies around you and within yourself. All right, time for the next message. So this card that came out says Beyond the Mind. And I feel it's connected with the previous message. Instead of stressing out and thinking too much, overthinking a particular situation, tap into your inner knowing. Call in your guides and ask them for guidance. Let them deliver the messages to you. Tap into your feminine energy and allow things to flow. Allow the messages to come through easily. You could do a meditation and ask for guidance in that way instead of trying to figure everything out for yourself and just instead of being in your masculine energy so much, balance things out and allow yourself give yourself the permission to tap into your feminine energy and see where that gets you. There's a lot of information that is out there that you can tap into if you just allow yourself to. And once you give yourself the permission to start tapping into these energies, you'll start noticing lots of signs and messages appearing in all types of ways. You might see, like repeating numbers Frequently, you might be sitting in the car listening to a song, and all of a sudden, a particular line sticks out and fits your situation pretty well, or it seems like more than just a lyric. You might notice you're watching a video, a movie, a TV show, and the scene that plays out fits perfectly with your situation. You find some answers there. Be open to how you receive these messages, but it's clear that it's time to tap into these other energies and receive messages in other ways instead of just overthinking your situation. Also, pay attention to any dreams that you might be having in the night. You might be receiving some messages then. A lot of the times, we're more open to receiving guidance in our dream state. So our guides will speak to us in our dreams. So if you have a particularly vivid dream, or you just feel like the dream was just a little bit more or just a little off than what you normally experience, take the time to figure out what that dream meant for you. What symbols appeared? What colors appeared? How were you feeling? What messages did you receive during that dream? You might get some really great insight that way. So this is interesting. For those of you who are in a relationship right now, instead of carrying yourself in a very masculine way, and when I say that, I mean overthinking things, trying to take action, feeling like you always have to do something for things to work, or for things to be fair, or to get things going. Switch it up and connect with your feminine energy instead, and with your emotions and your feelings and your intuition, and allow things to come to you. If you are predominantly, if you have a predominantly feminine core, try to stay in that energy when it comes to your dynamic. And you might see that things will flow easily if you start doing that. If there's two masculine core or two masculine energies in the relationship, they're gonna start fighting and conflicting, and it's like the two of you guys are trying to fight for, alpha, and it's just not gonna work. So allow yourself to be in your feminine energy and receive guidance, and tap into your emotions, and you'll start to see things will change and adjust doing that. New energies will come in, and new experiences, and then things will just start to flow a lot differently. So this is the solar plexus chakra. It says radiant illumination. So the solar plexus is the third chakra. It is above your belly button, just below your chest. This is a chakra that governs over your confidence and your self-esteem. So take a look at yourself and see where you might need some healing around those areas. Maybe you don't feel so confident in certain situations. Maybe you need to work on your self-esteem a little bit and how you value yourself. This week in particular is going to be a great time to look at those things. And there might be some energies going on right now that'll help support that healing. So what I'm seeing here is that maybe some of you are afraid to start a new venture because you're not sure if you're good enough or if you're going to be able to. You're not confident enough. I'm also seeing that there might be people who want to offer things to you, but you might not be accepting it right now because you just don't think you're good enough to accept whatever it is that you're being given. It's also possible that you're not wanting to give anything because you don't feel like you're good enough to give anything. And I see that this may have something to do with a fallout with some friends or just a group of people in your life. Maybe you've had some sort of heartache with some people and it's caused you to question your self-esteem and who you are, your confidence, and make you feel like you have nothing to give. And I see this as something that is ready to be healed and released at this time. It wouldn't come up otherwise. So for those of you that resonate with this message, try to spend some time meditating on this, releasing it. If you're feeling stuck, asking your guides to help you release this energy. A great stone for your solar plexus is citrine. I have one right here. So this is what a citrine looks like. Another great stone to use is tiger's eye. So I would do whatever resonates with you to work on this energy. It's time to release this. All right, so those are the messages for next week. I hope they resonated with you and they'll help you out in some way. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.